If the temperature feels extremely hot to you outside, then you know it has to be a scorcher for your dog or cat. Veterinarian Dr. Craig Pryor is here with some summer safety tips for pets. Good to have you with us as always. Let's start with traveling, all right? We're traveling with our pets, whether it's across the state or just around town. We need to make sure that we're not leaving our pets inside in the car on a day like today.
Correct, absolutely. You know, you leave a dog in a car with the windows up for 10 minutes, it's dead. It's like putting them in an oven, they just bake. It's just horrendous.
And it's not every county, but in some counties, it's actually against the law. That could be cited for that as well.
Yes, you can, and so you should be.
Okay. All right, let's talk about making sure that our pets have enough water. Talk about some of the things that we need to be doing as far as, especially outdoor pets. Usually indoor pets are getting enough, but if they're outdoors, they need to make sure that we're leaving enough water for them.
Good common sense. If I was outside on a hot day like this, I'd like lots of water and I'd like lots of shade. Why wouldn't my dog? And then the same thing about why would you walk them on hot asphalt or concrete? I'm wearing shoes. My dog, most dogs now are more indoor than outdoor animals, so the pads on their feet aren't real tough anymore. So why would you take them out on a really hot asphalt when you don't want to put your hand on it? If it's too hot for your hand, it's too hot for your dogs to walk on.
Okay.
So let's just not do that to them.
All right, and we were talking before we started here, making sure that our animals stop and get some water, because sometimes people, the reason they get they overheat or get heat stroke is that their body is telling them drink something, and they think, you know what, I can wait a few more minutes because I'm having too much fun right now.
And the same with your pets. So they'll, you know, you take your dog out to the park and playing, either running with it, playing ball with it, whatever. They're hyper focused on, I've got to chase the ball, I want to chase the ball, I want to chase the ball. You know, it's like squirrel, 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 squirrel. That type of thing that's so hyper focused that they won't stop to cool down or drink or go lie in a creek or something like that. So you have to do it for them. And as such, you should now be changing your exercise habits with your pet, and you should only be taking them out in the very, very cool early mornings or the very, very late evenings. And even then, we've seen some issues. So when you've got heat indexes over 100, you should be doing more indoor play where you can control the temperature. And
are there any particular signs to look for heat exhaustion in a pet? And is it different between, let's say, a cat and a dog?
It's similar, but cats tend to be a little bit more sudden than dogs. But you know, it's a typical thing where, you know, a dog, they don't perspire. They only perspire from the tip of their nose and the pads of their feet, so they pant. So you start off with panting, but then you see the color of the gums start to change. It can go brick red or it can go purple. They often will just collapse. Extremely heavy breathing, just, you know, signs of absolute collapse. And you need to get them wet down. You need to get them to your regular veterinarian. If your regular veterinarian's closed, take them to the National Pet Emergency Clinic. There's one on 12th South, Rivergate, and then in Murfreesboro. And they're open when your regular vets are closed, and they can take care of them, because time is of the essence with heat stroke in animals.
All right, good. And again, as with people, it's just making sure that these tips are out there. They're nothing new, but just making sure that we follow these tips.
Correct. And just think through, if I don't want to do that, my pet probably doesn't want to either.
All right. As always, great information. Thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Now, if you can would like to get in touch with Dr. Pryor and his team, he is over at the Murphy Road Animal Hospital in Sylvan Park. We will link his website from ours.